Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to dip into the Huda Beauty Nude palette. We're going to start off by grabbing this lavender purpley tone right here, and we're going to start to blend that out in the crease. This one I am trying to keep it very uniform, keep it in a harsh line almost towards where the lid and the crease come together. So I'm just blending that in, making sure that I'm going all the way into my inner corner of my eye, bringing that up slightly, blending it forward. Now as I'm blending this, I am making sure that I'm not adding in too much product too heavily. I want it to stay nice and soft. Now just picking up speed, I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, the same technique, just going back and forth in almost a windshield wiper mode, making sure that it's evenly distributed from the outer part of the eye to the inner part of the upper lid, just going in and adding that in very lightly at a time. Grabbing a more precise blending brush, I'm going to pick up this deeper purple tone here. I'm taking my time with this one, trying to get the bulk of the color towards the line that I'm creating, kind of going for a cut crease look without having to do all the work of the concealer with a flat shader brush, cutting that out. So I'm trying to build that without having to go back and do all the cleanup. So I'm just slowly adding more of that deep purple in, blending it into the inner part of my lid and back and forth. I'm going back and forth a lot just to make sure it's blending into that first lavender tone very nicely and that there's no harshness between the two colors without covering up the lavender all the way. I wanted this line to really be defined. Doing this style of blending actually created a lot more time on the clock for me. As I was going through editing, this could have been cut in half by just being a little more sloppier and using concealer to cut the crease. But I really do like the way this looked out, and for the shadow that I lay on my actual lid, I think it turned out best rather than having a concealer colored base underneath it. Now grabbing this very narrow pointed brush, I'm going to go ahead and grab that deep purple again. I'm just going to start putting this under the lower lash line. Since I'm not connecting it to the outermost point of the eyeshadow up top, I'm just going to focus that under my lash line, bringing it in towards the inner tear duct. Every time I do my lower lash line, I really struggle with positioning myself to make sure the camera can see it. I usually get up close and personal with the mirrors just to make sure it's not getting in my eye. So this is me basically stabbing myself in the eye a bunch of times, readjusting, making sure I'm still in focus, and then we're going to go ahead and touch up the top just a little bit to define that inner corner of the upper lid just a little bit more. I want that to be very bold and noticeable. Now grabbing the Modern Mattes palette by BH Cosmetics, I'm just going to go in there and take this very deep plum color. It's almost black. I'm just quickly going to add a little bit just for depth's sake. Now returning with the Take Me to Brazil by BH Cosmetics, this one is a throwback. We're going to add in this more purple just to, once again, add more depth and define that line that we created. Dipping into the Morphe Hit the Lights palette, we're going to grab this nice sugar plummy color. It has a lot of glitter and reflect in it. I'm going to pop that all over the lid as a base for the glitter that we're going to lay on top of that. I really like the way this one looked. So I just applied this one from the inner part of the lid all the way to the outer using a flat shader brush, making sure that it's evenly distributed across my lid. Now grabbing the liquid Liquid Crystal Body Liner from NYX. This one is in the shade Crystal Pink. It definitely came off more as a soft purple tone to me. I went ahead and started adding that. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a cut crease with the glitter liner at this point or put it all over the lid. I quickly decided that I wanted it all over the lid to maximize the drama of this. Now while I'm doing this, I did not bring it all the way down to the lower lash line. Myself, I find it very hard to put on liquid liner after adding in the glitter. The glitter can make the liner come across really chunky and unflattering, so I tried to keep a nice gap of untouched skin there. Now grabbing the Essence Super Last Matte Liquid Liner, I went ahead and just started lining my eyelid with that. Even though I left the gap, I had a tremendous struggle with doing my liner this day. As you can see on my face, I'm constantly moving and getting frustrated. It just was not coming out the way I wanted it to, but I think at the end it came together overall. I got both sides lined and did decent wings. It came out a little more dramatic than I was hoping, but at the end I like the way it all pulled together. Now we're going to jump in with some contour powder by LA Colors. This one's in the shade Tan. I'm just going to plop that on my cheeks on both sides and bring it up slightly to my temple. For blush, we're going to use the Laura Mercier Heather Pink tone. I'm just going to pop that on my cheeks. Blend that out nicely right before we add in some highlighter. The one I used today is by Gerard Cosmetics. It's in the shade Audrey. This one's very, very attracted to the light. Once the light hits you, it glows. Popping on some Wispies by Ardell. These are the number 700. Just putting those on to complete the look before we add in the Tarte ManEater mascara. I'm just going to coat my lashes. My lashes, I went a little heavier than I normally do with putting these on under the falsies, but I really wanted a dramatic effect. So this is the final look. I really love the way it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!